Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming a very funny lady. You may all remember her back in the 90s. She was on every television in every household. The Pine Sol lady herself, Diane Amos. And she's also a very funny comedian based in the Bay Area. I saw her 3 years ago at the Throckmorton in Mill Valley, and she was electrifying. And she was also in movies like Angels in the Outfield, Copycat, 9 Months, Patch Adams, and so forth. And I'm going to ask her about all that stuff. She's also coming on to promote a big show next week with her and another funny comedian from the Bay Area, Al Cleathan. And it's going to be pretty cool. So, here is my interview with Diane Amos.
Hello.
Hey, Diane. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am great. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, my God. So, it's such an honor. You know, I met you 3 years ago at the Throckmorton.
Oh, I totally remember.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe I was in the same room with you, but now I'm glad I'm going to get to interview you, so thank you.
You're so welcome.
So, going back to the beginning, did you gravitate towards comedy and acting when you were a child?
I would say, yeah. By the time I was 4 years old, I totally knew that I was a performer. I kind of thought I was going to be singing for at first, but really, I just got the acting bug, and that's all I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. You did plays in school and community theater and all that?
Of course, but I started putting on shows for my mom and her friends. In the beginning, dressed the way you go to the house, so you dressed to go out, and I would put on shows for them. And one of the women told me as an adult, she goes, we would dress to go out, and you would be so funny that we would actually just stay home.
Yeah.
I became a mimic. So one night after a big party, I mimicked about 5 or 6 people that were at the party, and my mom could not believe it. She was like, "Oh my God, right? You found talent." So that's how my career started. And I would charge money for my shows when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get other kids together and put on things, dance, sing, act, put on skits and everything. And then I would just do whatever change you have, and I made bucks.
Yeah, treehouse shows?
Pardon me?
There are treehouse shows?
Treehouse shows around the Richmond district in San Francisco.
Wow, I haven't talked to anybody who did treehouse shows. That's awesome. And was your family funny?
Everybody in my family is totally funny. I'm really just the first one to take it to stage. And you can literally hurt yourself laughing with my family. I mean, there were times when we would be laughing so hard or whatever, and the phone would ring, and somebody would pick it up, but we couldn't stop laughing. So the person on the other end would just hear laughter until we got it together. Whoever answered the phone got it together. And anybody that called us knew that was the possibility anytime they called. So, our house was just funny all the time.
Mm-hmm. And did you watch comedians on The Tonight Show and Ed Sullivan and all that?
I did. I definitely did. But my acting came more from, watching sitcoms and movies and Outfield Ball and that kind of stuff. And it wasn't stand-up. I was not drawn to stand-up until much later in my career. I was taught to consider myself a very serious actress. And then I accidentally took an improv class at Washington High School, and the rest is history. That was totally my niche.
Wow. And so for you, acting came first.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, that's totally what I wanted to do. I didn't set out to be a comedian because it didn't pull me, but I knew I was funny. But like I said, everybody in my family is funny. So to me, I never thought about getting paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like outside audiences or whatever. So, I just didn't think about it that way. I thought about serious acting and funny at home, but that all changed with improv.
Mm-hmm. And where did you go to train for acting and improv and all that?
Washington High School. I came professional out of Washington High School and never looked back. But I was at a phenomenal time when the committee and the pistol players and all those fabulous improv groups were really hot. And the committee people that were here at that time, one of them in particular, Jim Crana, just took me under his wing and pushed me out on stage literally. And he just said, "No, kid, you got it." And so I was performing with the committee like when I was 17.
Wow, yeah, in San Francisco, they also had Bullshot Crummond.
Yeah. All the groups. So, I was right when all the improv groups were just wonderful and hanging out, just doing good stuff. And, yeah, the only regret I have about those days is that we were not videotaping back then.
Yeah.
Seriously, just damn, I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah, back in then, the only time you were videotaping is if you got discovered and you got to tape it, for like PBS or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then it had to be short and sweet, so you never got the real feel of the show, because the National Theater of Deranged was, the top-notch group in the city for many years because we just had tons of talent and we were diverse and political. That's all we did was a whole show from the news, which people thought was a crazy idea. It turned out to be the best ever. So I was, at a really prime time. And here I was, 19, performing with my group, and Robert Williams was dropping by pretty much every week before he got crazy famous, right?
Yeah.
He'd drop by, do a set show with us, and then walk across the street to the zoo. We were playing at the Open Theater Cafe on Clement Street, and the zoo was directly across the street.
Wow. Yeah. Also, Dana Carvey was there too.
Yeah, all the folks. I'm telling you, it was a really hot time. And so that was my introduction.
Yeah, because I talked to Monica Piper a couple of weeks ago. And she was talking about, when she was there with Robin and Dana and Barry Sobel.
Yeah. And I didn't start doing stand-up till much later. The group was going really great, and I was really happy with that. And the thought of doing stand-up scared me to death. Like, when I saw comics die, oh, my goodness, it used to hurt me deep. So I never really was pulled toward that. But Linda Hill, who I don't know if you know her, but she was a fabulous comedian back then in the group, the Deranged, and also solo stand-up. She started doing it, and we would go after shows, like our improv shows, and just sit out in front of Escape from New York on 8th Street, right? Mm-hmm. Hanging out, eating pizza, talking. And I would just rip on people, and she'd laugh, and she would, "Oh, man, just hold on, shut up." She was, "My stomach is killing me. Don't say anything else. You're killing me." She goes, "You know that if you've done that set right there, this 10 minutes that I've been hurting myself laughing, $50. I was like, ooh. I was thinking at the time I was a single mom. My son was like, 1 or 2 years old, and that was very appealing. $50 for what I just did. Come on now.
So did you move to New York just to further your acting?
Well, let's get this very, very clear. Although I was born in Indianapolis, I was raised in there since I was 7, and I am an official California girl. I don't do snow on any level.
Nice.
Like, I could not live in a 4-season weather belt to save my children's life. That's I never even thought about New York. Now, LA, that was something I contemplated, and people, were like, "Oh, why don't you move?" But I have to be honest, I love San Francisco deep in the heart, and I enjoyed growing up here so much that I really wanted to raise my children here. Like, that was a goal for me to raise my kids there. And I've done that. It was definitely a priority. And, some people say maybe I should have, but I don't know. I just love this life. Robin showed all of us, and Danny Glover and all of our stars who live here, that you can be very famous and rich and still live in San Francisco. So, so be it. That was really my choice.
Wow. So you never did attempt to move to LA then?
No.
Wow.
I mean, I've been on auditions and,
of course.
Season or whatever, but move there unless I got my sitcom or my show, no.
Because you're from that last generation of people who can, like, live in another place other than Hollywood and still work,
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really true. Totally true.
Yeah, unless you have, a lot of clout like Robert De Niro, who's lived in New York his whole life and he's in so many Hollywood movies a year.
Yes, exactly.
One of your earliest roles, you were on an episode of Midnight Caller.
Yes.
My grandmother used to watch the show all the time. How did you get that?
Well, back in the day, we had so much work in San Francisco that
Yeah.
auditions came through, and I just booked regular all the time. I booked about pretty much everything that came through that there was a part for me. I was there on the scene. And even though I chose comedy and found that, I'm a pretty good actress, if I can say so myself. I really, enjoy it. I feel it deep. So, not that I got to express any of that on Midnight Caller, but, the parts that came through, I generally booked a lot of them.
Yeah, there's some legends on that episode, too. Howard Duff, Randy Heller, McKelty Williamson before Bubba Gump.
Really?
That's a powerhouse debut.
There you go. And, by that time, I was also doing movies and all that stuff, so which I really loved. And it was definitely my learning ground because I got to see what a movie set's all about. I never really had to do extra work, so I got to see, up close what was going on with the principals on the cast, and so I got a very good training ground, and my natural instincts are good. So, the stage and backstage and on set and all that, that's definitely in my blood.
Yeah, let me mention some movies here and tell me anything you remember. Angels in the Outfield.
Now, that was my first movie, and I was cast as a designated extra. What does that mean, Tommy? I'll tell you. It means that they've got hundreds and hundreds of school kids in the stands, right, because you have to fill a ballpark to film the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they need a few people who are concentrating on what the ball's actually doing, because the principals, the little boys, were right around us, and so they put us in the middle of them so that we can keep track and keep real time of where the camera is according to the boys. And the other kids can just go crazy because they're not, tuned in. So as a Disney extra, that was great. And then I got one line, so I've been getting residuals ever since I stood with them.
Wow.
People wrote that movie like crazy. It's so funny.
Yeah. William Deere directed that. He directed Harry and the Hendersons and Michael Nesmith's Elephant Parts, which was the first video cassette to win a Grammy.
Yeah. And so here's the good story on that set. So, I'm raised by a healthy lesbian mom, so we played a lot of catch with mitts and, softballs and hardballs. Mm-hmm. And so I can throw and catch. So I get down and I have a lot of free time, and at one point the guys all down there throwing. So I said, "Hey, guys, play it." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure." And they start throwing soft to me because, but I'm like, "No, it's okay. Give me some heat." And I get some heat. And they're like, "Oh, all right, dude." So I played catch with all these grown-ass men for all day. When I got home, my hand was so sore. I just said to my husband, "Just blow on it. Don't touch it. Just blow on my hand. I just need to feel some air on my hand." I could barely bend my fingers, but tough it out. Couldn't let them know I was hurt by the end of the day.
Did you get to interact with anybody in the cast?
Yes, pretty much everybody, and Daddy Kovac too, and the children in this cast were really excellent, and I hung out with the guys. I tend to do that. I like that. Love some men.
Yeah, Tony
So that was really fun. All those ball players, come on now, it was pretty much in young girl heaven.
Yeah. Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd, the taxi guys and stuff.
Yeah.
9 months.
9 months was really, really fun. Of course, so Robin, I just know my work, so here I am, I cast. I just auditioned for the part and got it. So when we're on the set, we're having this wonderful, wonderful time. And it was so strange because there was such a set with Robin on it is like no other set. Because it's active and funny, joking is all going right up until the time the director says, hold, shush, try to quiet it down, but it never really happens until we're just ready to roll, right? Mm-hmm. So we always had this great set going, and at one point, there was so much laughter going on, sometimes everybody had to, take a deep breath, and just settle into the fact you were actually working here. So the onset with him was really beautiful, and at the end, my part with,
Hugh Grant?
As a nurse. Pardon me? Hugh Grant, he was great, but my part, I was a nurse. or Julianne Moore. So I'm her short birthing. And so we do it as the script says. And then he says, Robin Williams says to the director, "Are you done with Diane Amos?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "Well, now can you let her do it as Karen Thompson?" And Karen Thompson is this character that you've been seeing for years that, this real kind of funny, dumb but street smart kind of lady. And she's just no nonsense, right? So the director says, "Oh, okay." So we go back and he shoots the scene again. And I do it in this character. She just kind of taking charge of the whole operating room. And at one point, they get a shot, they bring out the big needle, and all the men faint. I say, "Somebody come in and get these men up off the floor." And I go on, and I do this great scene, and the director goes, "Oh, damn it." He goes, "Why didn't you tell me about how in the beginning?" And so they reshot the master. So my whole improvised scene got to be in the movie.
Oh, my God, that's awesome. Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, I remember me and my family, we were down the street near that toy shop Talbot's when they were shooting that scene, where Tom Arnold and the mascot are having the fight.
Yes, yes.
I wish I would have been like, "Come on, let's see if we can get in the movie," but I was like 11, so it wasn't going to happen.
Tom Arnold trying to keep up with Robin Williams, oh my God. It was amazing. And I mean, he cut him to shreds all day long. We almost felt bad laughing at some points. He had just gotten divorced, and and Tom Arnold is just he was like the biggest nut buffoon on a set that you could possibly ask for. And Robin sliced him up and served him up all day long. I mean, I'm telling you, there were times where your stomach is actually hurt.
Yeah, I interviewed an actor who worked with Tom Arnold on the next movie he did, Big Bully, and he told me that was the worst experience he ever had making a movie. And Tom Arnold,
it was crazy. He was just awful, yelling and screaming at his personal assistant. And he was Robin's assistant for years. They were working all day on other things. You would never know it. You would never know it because she is handling his business. He comes to the side. They do this and that. If he has a call, she walks through. She got the phone ready. I'm like, what a person is supposed to do for someone on a set. The relationship is close. They don't need a lot of talking. And they handle his business all day long. And Tom Arnold just screaming at the top of his lungs to his PA and trying to show us all pictures of his house that he bought. Like, do you really think I care?
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it taught me, Tommy?
Huh.
How never, ever to be on a set.
Yes. Never.
So there you go. Lesson learned.
Yeah. You have to be humble.
You really do.
How about Copycat?
That was so awesome. So Copycat, I got while I was on a 2-week hiatus from 9 months because Tom Arnold, after practicing for many weeks with a trainer to do the fight scene in the operating room, first he hits Hugh Grant in the nose and busts his nose. You could hear it sound like wood crackling, right? So here we are. Now we got 2 weeks while he heals, and I got Copycat. So, and when I went in there for the audition, the director sitting there, and I used to wear ankle bracelets pretty often, almost all the time, really. And he said, "Oh, I like your bracelet." I said, "Oh, thank you very much." We go on, I do the audition. He says, "You know what?" And it was a small part. He hands me a paper. He goes, "Go on and read this and come back and read this for me," which was a bigger part, a great part, right? So I go, "Oh, all right." So I go on, I prepare, and I come back in and nailed it. And so I got that part. And it was really good. It was just a solid part, the working parts of a police station, and I'm roaming in the office, keeping it all together. And at the end of the movie, when they finally figure out who the killer is, and they want to walk all of the brass, all the big guys, down this long hallway to the room where we're getting ready to really lay it out the situation room, right? Mm-hmm. And so they want someone to lead them down the hall. And she goes, "Where's Diane Amos? Does she have that ankle bracelet on?" And so they said, "Yes, she does." "Go get her, please." So the shot is my feet slowly while I'm walking, and the camera pans real slow, up. You see it's me, comes up to the top, and then behind me is all these cops and men and detectives and the sergeants, right? So there you go.
Well, yeah, I had a huge crush on Sigourney Weaver back in the day. She was smoking.
She was, she's an amazing woman. We were in the bathroom together. The only time we really saw each other because she plays in a claustrophobic, and really kept to herself. I made sure to keep that character pretty solid.
Yeah.
So we got them together, and we were at this thing, and I just came and smiled. It's just so great to see her, be here, and to see work. And she was really gracious. We had our little moment, that was it. But she, watching her work, oh my, come on, that is just acting 101 plus. You know what I mean? It was beautiful.
Yeah. So how did the Pine Sol commercials come to you?
Aha! So, during the National Theater of the Deranged run, there was a gentleman named Ben White who worked for Footcomb Belding, one of the head writers, and he would come see my shows often, a lot, right? And so he was a big fan, and we would talk, and, unbeknownst to me, he was working on the biggest campaign Pine Sol was about to launch, because they had always been number one. It slipped to about number 3. They realized they better do something, because Mr. Clean and all those other, cleaners were busting out with all this stuff, and so they were like, So they knew they had to do a huge campaign. They weren't necessarily looking for a spokesperson, but they wanted a huge campaign. And so he said, as the head writer, he said, okay, can you please start with Diane Amos? Even though he didn't have say over what would happen, can you start with Diane Amos first? And they said, sure. So I went in, auditioned, there was a little bitty room, and they were like, oh, okay, well, that was good, so come back. So I went for a callback, and we did a show up in the store, in a setting, a short set store. And Jim Cranner was the voiceover. Right back then, the guy pulled me in when I was like 15, right? So he was doing the voiceover, and we lay it down, and now they're like, wow, that looks good. Of course, now we're talking about, White's company. They do represent Bleach, right? Mm-hmm. And they're thinking, hold on, black woman, gap teeth, big old businesses. Are we sure we want this person as our spokesperson, right? So they go nationwide. All my computer auditions, they went nationwide and auditioned for months. Like it was something 2 or 3 months, which is very unusual. They do casting very fast to get them on the air if they're going to do them, right? So they auditioned everybody, and I am in Florida with my son was 9 at the time, taping with Ed McMahon for
Star Search?
Yeah.
Star Search?
For Star Search.
Yeah.
And I'm doing great, and I'm moving along. I'm in the semifinals. Well, I make it to the semifinals. I come off stage, and the phone is for me, and it's them saying, you got the Pine Sol commercial. I was like, shut up, this is a good day right here. So it was after months of auditioning and watching all my friends and everybody nationwide audition that they came back to me. It came down to 2 of us. And I actually did find out who that second person was, but I don't really tell it because that's just not okay. But she did get kind of cold towards me, and I was like, because we'd always been friends, or, not friends, but, cordial and fun and talking in auditions and each other's fans. I think she's fantastic, right? And she's also kind of cold towards me. I was like, well, okay, everybody gets to like Diane Amos, no problem, right? And then I found out 7 years later into the run that it was her, that was the other person that they were considering was down to us, too.
Wow.
So, yeah. Nailed it.
That changed your life. I mean, I would imagine... I would imagine that everywhere you go, you are welcomed with open arms because they recognize you from those.
Yeah, it's really true. It's been a huge blessing. And it's really true. I mean, places like that I don't even, like for the first year, like I could not believe that people would recognize me every day, all day, everywhere I went. I was like, you have to be kidding me, right? I mean, to me, that was a huge lesson of what mass media really means.
Yeah.
And of course, this is before people started, fast forwarding through commercials and stuff. So everywhere I went, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And as it got deeper, it just got better, and people are so generous and kind and funny. Oh my God, they're hilarious. And so I really got used to what it meant to be a public figure. Like you cannot just go into the store to get your 5 or 6 little things. You're going to be there a while because people are going to stop you. They want pictures, they want autographs. So, I learned to deal with that, which is, believe me, no problem. I'm a people person, so it was all good. But there were times that were, pretty funny, pretty crazy, like, really? So it was a huge blessing.
Yeah. So how did stand-up come to you then?
Stand-up was back with Linda Hill and me in that car after the improv show, listening, and she said, that was a $50 set you just did. And I was like, oh. So the other cafe was Carl and Cole. The guys from there called me. Chip Romer was one of the owners there. And he calls and says, "Hey, Diane Amos." And I go, "Hey." He goes, "The Oakland Museum is doing a Black History Month celebration, and they want a stand-up, black female stand-up to do 30 minutes of comedy and an answer and question session afterwards for $500. And I said, "Oh, wow, that sounds great." And I said, "Yes." I don't know. I was like, "Oh, my God." And I hung up, and I called my mom. I go, "Mom." I go, "I just told people I was going to do 30 minutes of stand-up. I've never done stand-up in my life." I go, "That was so stupid." I go, "I must have been busy to hire $500 as a single mom, right?"
Yeah.
So I said, "I got to call him back and tell him I can't do it." She goes, No, hold on. She goes, "If you said yes, some part of you believes that you can do it." I was like, 30 minutes of stand-up? She goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Sleep on it." So, of course, what did I do that night? I wrote my set, right? And I wasn't afraid because improv makes you fearless. You have to be fearless to do improv.
Mm-hmm. What year was that?
Huh?
What year was that?
Ooh, let's see, my baby was little. So it was like 86, 87.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking way back in the game. And so that night, because they said they wanted someone to talk about their life and, someone who was in business, well, so I just basically made a fabulous story out of us moving from Indianapolis with my family who consisted of black and white. My mom was Jewish, my other mom was Jewish, and us going cross country, and we got here and all that. And I had a huge audience that you never get on your first. You use 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 7 minutes if you're lucky for your first time, right?
Yeah.
So I got 30 minutes. I killed it, right, with this huge audience there, and then the questions and answers, and it was like some kind of dope. I was like, man, that was great. Like, there's no dope you can do that's better than that feeling for me, right? And I was like, whoo, and I was hooked. So that was my first gig, and then my next one was a black comedy competition, and the rest is history.
Were you going to the Holy City Zoo?
But yeah, I mean, it was there. Of course, I went everywhere. Back in the day, you had to go everywhere to make it, right?
Yeah.
And so and all that. But here's a good. Okay, so here's my stand-up thing. I was a nursing mom and single, and so I would, pump some milk for my mom, blah 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 blah, go do a set, come home, and I was doing really good, and but no one would book me. So I got really tired of that. And I mean, I was really, wanting to work in MC, because that's where the money was back then, when you're not a headliner or a middle, right? So I called 3 or 4 comedy clubs all the same day. And I said, "Hey, I've been coming to your Monday nights, and you've been watching me. I've been killing every time. I can't stay and drink at the bar with you guys. I don't drink, number one, and I'm nursing, even if I did drink. I said, so I don't really have time for all that, because that was the social part, right? Oh, you would stay and drink and all that. They didn't book, right? We're having a whole chummy thing, the boys, right? And I said, so I don't have time to be with you guys afterwards and hang out and do all that. But let me ask one thing. Give me one. Have I been funny? They're like, yes, you have. I go, so give me 1 week. Book me as MC for 1 week. If I don't do well, I will never call you again, ever." Well, they don't go past that up. They're like, yeah, okay, fine. Give me a week. Shit, they were calling me after that.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, I just one day I was just fed up. I was like, I'm not one of the boys. I don't want to be one of the boys. I cannot hang and drink up with y'all and talk crap and all that. That's not what I'm doing. I'm doing comedy and babies right now.
Mm-hmm. You've had a blessed career, from what I can see.
It has been really, I'm happy with my body of work. I know where the pluses have been. I know where the discrimination has been. I know where the wealth has been. I know where the poor side has been. It's really been quite a blessing to, have my career and just enjoy and meet such great people and not so great people. You know what I mean? It's really been a huge life education that you cannot learn any place but in the world of show business.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about the show you have coming up with Al.
Oh, we did that show already. Sorry, late. That was at the Throckmorton past Tuesday. Co-hosted. Now, I have not emceed in about 25 years, maybe more. But I love Al, and we are fun together. So we say, hey, let's just co-host. Let's see how it goes. It's a fun night. We love the Throckmorton. Totally support them. So we did it. It was great. We had a really good time. And so that was good. Mike,
29th.
Oh, yeah. So Lisa Golden, who is like one of the most fabulous show business and promoters all around, is doing another free comedy show on May 9th at the Ashkenaz in Berkeley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. When we talked on the phone last week, that's right. You told me about another show. I'm sorry, I brain farted.
No problem. And it's really great because it's a great club. I remember calling my butt out there when I was at the 20s. So it's a great club. They do all kind of really fun stuff. They do dance and music and comedy. And so they're a great club, really comfortable. And, of course, everybody on the bill is a mother, except Alicia, who is a for sure honorary Jewish mother. One time she called me the day before a gig. She goes, we're going to get tomorrow. I started laughing. I was like, oh my God, Lisa, I love you. And she goes, you need to have kids. That's the kind of stuff moms do. Call now, honey, you have to go to school tomorrow. Like, mine, 4 days a week, right? So I said, no, she's honorary. She is wonderful.
Yeah.
She is great. Yeah. So then all the other women are mothers. Corinda Dobbins, who is just fantastic. Detroit native, politically active family who just, filled her with all kinds of curiosity and spunk. And she was one of those kids that would eavesdrop when the adults were talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was what they're talking about, and she heard the tale. She's one of those which is fabulous. I was one of those too. My mom used to speak pig Latin around us so that we wouldn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah.
So one day I was like, I'm going to figure this out. So I started listening. I listened to about 6 words of the book, went back in my room, wrote it down, and then I figured out what it was, right? Now, a smart child, a child who was not as precocious as some, would have just kept the secret and listened in on all the conversations, right?
Right.
Yeah, not me. I went back up. I know what you're doing. I figured it out. I know how to speak Pig Latin now. I ran down the thing. So, of course, that got me out of all the conversations I could have heard. But anyway, Corinda was smarter than me, so she really, paid attention to what the adults were talking about. And she's amazing. She's opened for Dave Chappelle. She's been on Colossal Copycat. She's opened for Trevor Noah, Julia Shear, Michelle Wolf. She is so badass. I just love her. Beautiful woman. And so we're going to be talking some mom stuff. It's going to get deep. The other mom, Emily Van Dyke. Midwest woman, she loves pools and telling inappropriate stories at barbecues. Gotta love that person, right? She's a newborn. Like, I think her baby's like maybe only a month or 2 old. So we'll have her perspective, which is great. And then Brandy Brandis, another Midwesterner. She's been like 25 years here in the Bay Area. She's awesome. We're just ready to talk about moms in a real way. She's had some hell of life experiences. She's just living life in San Francisco. So we're really going to have a great perspective on, motherhood from being a mother to, what our mothers did. And, everybody can laugh at mom's stories. And man, we're going to have some, I trust.
Yeah. So here's the question I ask every comic, and they can really answer it. What's your favorite joke of all time?
You really meant that when you wrote that. I thought you were saying that the question was a joke. That would be crazy hard for me to answer. Favorite joke of all time. I don't know, but I could. Oh my God! I should take you seriously. I thought you were saying hey, that's a joke. Tommy, you got me. Does it happen to all comedians?
Maybe 1 out of 10.
Sure, maybe I'm the one. Favorite joke of all time. Do you mean by a comedian, like on stage kind of comedian?
Oh yeah, I mean that, or a street joke, a joke from your act, anything.
Oh, it does that. It's so funny. Oh God, let's see. I cannot think of one at this moment. That is so hilarious because there's. I remember one. Sue Murphy, who was one of my favorite performers way back in the day. She always got me because she had, and they're driving by like a sewage treatment plant, and she's like, when he turns and looks at her and says, she goes, "Is that you?" She goes, "Is that me?" Or 10,000 pounds of shit. Besides that, I don't know. That one always stuck with me. But I have something I'm gonna hate that that's the one that I thought of though, because she hasn't been doing it for years. But it is one that always sticks in my head. I don't tell jokes. I tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
More often. And pretty much everything in my act is like really true stuff. So, yeah.
This comedian
Huh?
this comedian that I'm friends with, she told me this one about a month ago that it's just so freaking hilarious. I even told it to a porn star the other day, and she laughed. How do you make your wife scream twice? You fuck her up the ass and then wipe your dick on the curtain.
Oh, yes, indeed. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. Man, I feel like I'm going to hang up and go, oh, no! It's going to come to my head about that. But I'm really hoping that people come to my Mother's Day show, because I think it's going to be awesome.
Yes, I hope everyone shows up too, Diane.
1317 San Pablo Avenue in Berkeley, and doors open at 7:30, shows at 8 to 9:30 at the Ashkenaz.
Awesome. Well, Diane.
And another thing that I love about Lisa Bell, here you go, because she is our MC and she just keeps the show moving. But she does sliding scale to all of her shows, which is really awesome. And with every show, part of the proceeds go to some sort of nonprofit or organization that's doing great in the community. And she's like my favorite person to work for, because she just makes backstage so awesome, and she books conscientious shows, so they're always at diversity, and she has her own brand of comedy. I swear, she's so smart that you have to understand that to understand her comedy, which is really kind of great. You know what I mean? I just love it. So she's MC and honorary mom for the evening, and she's delightful. So we're going to have a really, really good night.
Awesome. I hope it goes well, Diane, and I thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Tony.
Yes, you have yourself a great day.
Thanks so much. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Diane Amos. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Diane. You are the only Pine Sol lady as far as I'm concerned. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes!